If you're preparing for a TV interview and public speaking, here are some key tips to help you succeed in both areas. 1. Times prepare your key points times know your message times outline 3 5 main points you want to communicate during the interview. Times research times understand the subject, audience, and the show style so your responses are relevant. Times anticipate questions times consider possible questions and rehearse clear, concise answers. 2. Times practice speaking times record yourself times practice answering questions and record your responses to assess tone, clarity, and body language. Times be concise times TV interviews are often short. Aim for answers that are 30 seconds to 1 minute long, making each word count. Times practice transitions times if a question throws you off, know how to pivot smoothly back to your key points. 3. Times body language and appearance times eye contact times look at the interviewer or the camera depending on instructions to establish trust and engagement. Times posture times sit or stand confidently. Avoid slouching or fidgeting. Times attire times dress appropriately for the setting, keeping colors and patterns simple to avoid distractions on camera. 4. Times during the interview times listen carefully times pay attention to the interviewer's questions before responding. This shows respect and helps you tailor your answers. Times stay calm and confident times breathe deeply and speak slowly if you feel nervous. It's okay to pause for a moment to gather your thoughts. Times be authentic times show your personality and passion for the subject, but keep it professional. 5. Times public speaking considerations times engage with the audience times speak clearly and confidently. Use anecdotes or examples to make your points relatable. Times vocal variety times use changes in tone, speed, and volume to keep your audience interested. Times nonverbal cues times pay attention to your hand gestures, facial expressions, and eye contact to maintain a connection with your audience. By focusing on preparation, body language, and clear communication, you can successfully navigate both TV interviews and public speaking opportunities.